welcome into the Big Dog Show with my guy, Marcedes Lewis. I'm David Kaplan. This is Marcedes Forum, where he gets to talk about basically whatever he wants, football, life, whatever. We've had some very interesting guests, Sadie, and now today we're going to talk to DJ Moore in just a moment. A rough one down in Indianapolis. So what went wrong there? Because that was a team you got to beat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously after watching the film, just execution-wise, I felt like we could have been better. And like you said, that was one that we had to have. Not to take anything away from those guys over there, but I felt like had we played up to our potential, they had no business being on the same field as us. And you know how it is in the NFL, man. If you don't bring your stuff, you can get beat on any day. And yeah, that's one that we definitely want back.
Yeah, we've got to talk a little bit later when we get DJ on here in a sec about what happened on 1st and goal at the 4. What I didn't understand, I said this on the radio this morning, is, okay, it's 4th down and inches at the 5. We give it to Roshan. He picks it up. And immediately, all right, Roshan, come on out. And we go to Wildcat, which takes the ball out of your quarterback's hands. We run Khalil Herbert, and then we run this speed option that had no chance.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I can't really get into, as far as like the play calling.
Right. You just execute what they tell you.
Yeah, it's just our job to go out there and try to execute what they tell us. Obviously, the defense that the Colts had out there at that time, they had it. They had us covered. And, yeah, man, there was nothing we could do about it. In that situation, and obviously in hindsight, we probably want to just hand the ball off and get right between the A gaps and get a little push into the end zone. But, like I said, it's definitely one that we want to have back. Good thing about this game is that we get to come out and, put our best foot forward next week. So we'll see what happens.
As my friend Marcedes Lewis taught me, try to go to 1-0 this week.
1-0 this week. That's all we can control. And part of that is, going out there every day and practicing with winning habits like we do in general. And, we just have to get back on board. And obviously we just dropped 2 and it's just not a good feeling, and, we want to get back out there on Sunday to kind of like get this taste out of our mouths.
Get back to work.
And it sucks that you have to wait 6 days to do that. But it's a part of the game, man. And, I think that's what makes this game so special, right? It's a complimentary sport. Everybody has to be on the same page, go in the same direction on every single play for it to be successful. And it's always a constant grind to find that balance, right? And that's the beautiful part of this game. And we look forward to the challenge on Sunday.
All right, let's welcome your teammate. He is a star. He is really, really popular in Chicago. He is DJ Moore, standout wide receiver of the Chicago Bears. DJ, thank you for taking time for your guy, Big Dog, and for me coming on the Big Dog Show.
Hey, no problem, man. He asked me. It wasn't no hesitation. I said, all right, I'm for it.
I'm in. So
that's my guy, man.
For sure.
We had dinner last week, and he was raving. DJ's my guy. He said, I love that dude. So rough game in Indianapolis. What was your takeaway from the last couple of games here, especially the Indy loss?
The Indy losses sting, only because we just wasn't firing on all cylinders on offense. Like, I don't know what it is, but we just can't get over the hump of just connecting on one play. I mean, we did with Rome a few times, but it wasn't the it factor that got us over the hump. Like, we can't just go out there and just, have exciting plays. We need the play, like the game-changing play that'll put us over the top to match what the defense doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it right on the nose, bro. I feel like even just throughout the course of that game, like we'll have a couple good plays and then we'll have 3 negative plays and a couple good plays and 3 negative plays. And, here we are going into, week 4, and still aiming to play our best game. And not just on offense, but defense and special teams collectively coming out there with our best foot forward. And Like I said before, DJ even just came on. It's a constant grind to find that balance, and we have to figure out how to complement each other. Where the defense is firing on all cylinders, the offense is doing their thing, the special teams, getting that field position, getting us the ball back. That's really what we're aiming for. And every day when we're out there, at practice, at meetings, like that's what it's all about, is trying to figure out how to all get on the same page so we can all complement each other at the end of the day.
No, for real, because the defense been balling their ass off. Like, I know it's pissing them off that we ain't even holding up our end. Even special teams, like special teams scored a touchdown before we did. They are doing something right. Like, what is going on? But we gonna be fine because in practice, I mean, you have your plays up and down in practice, but in the game, you want them to all hit, but they just not hitting how we need them to.
So let me ask you a question, DJ. When you guys are game planning and trying to put it in, how much take the fans inside, how much input do veteran players like you guys get in the install portion of a game plan? Or do you I just go out there and run what they tell me to run?
I just go out there for real, and just do what they say. Maybe I have a nick or ask like, can I do it this way? On a few routes, a few plays, but in all, we just gotta go out there and execute at the end of the day. Like some of the plays not bad. It's just maybe 10 out of 11 players doing something right, and then the one person ain't. Like I know I had a play this past weekend that I messed up on. I knew if I'd have got that block, it would have hit, but no, I didn't, and I fault myself for that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like and this ain't basketball, man. You know what I mean? Like you can't just get a star player the ball and say 4 down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let me go out
Right.
there and do
Spread
my
the court.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is but that's what makes the game special. Like the line have to be doing their thing, the receivers have to be doing their thing, so on and so forth, running backs, tight ends, everybody. And that's why when it does work and when we do have explosives, it's great, right? And when we score touchdowns, everybody gets the credit because it's so hard to score in this league, let alone, having big chunk plays. Like it's just tough to do it in this league. And so um it's like one of those things. Like it's throughout the course of a game, you have a big catch or explosive run, it brings you back for more, right? It's like being on a golf course and you get that one
Right.
shot the whole day, and that's enough to bring you back. And for us, it's just about making sure our minds are in it and we're locked in and we still believe in what we're doing. Obviously, there are going to be changes throughout the season as we continue to build that chemistry. Again, and like we touched on it last week, Cap, this is a new offense, right? We got a young quarterback, an O-line. We're shuffling, trying to figure out the combination and get it to work. Receivers, new running back, right? So it's not meshing as quick as we would like, but it would be immature to not understand that like it takes time.
It's a process, right, DJ?
Yeah, it's definitely a process. I've always been saying that our new running back Swift is going to be the great equalizer when it all come down to it. He got like uh Christian McCaffrey s like playing style. Like if he gets on a roll, it's going to be over. And then everything else will open up after that.
So
I
I
agree.
loved watching Hard Knocks as a football fan and as a guy who grew up a Bears fan and will die a Bears fan. Like that's my team. And I'm like, we're finally on Hard Knocks. And then I see you on the field and they come down and said, they want to see you up in Ryan Pohl's office. Did you know at that exact moment what was going down? Because obviously Drew and his people are talking to you while they're negotiating. So did you know at that moment, here we go?
No, actually, because me and Keenan, we was playing around before walkthrough. We was doing
Mhm.
something, and I was like flipping around or something. So when he got called up, I thought I was in trouble at first, and then and then I got
That's
up there,
awesome.
and they was all congratulating me, saying that the deal got done. The deal took about like 4.5 hours to get done. I was texting back and forth with my agent after practice, so I knew it was happening, but I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
And it done. It seems like
Yeah.
Ryan Poles, guys, is a guy. If he sees something he wants, I'm going to get it. Let's get it done. I don't want to mess around here. Is that right?
I would say so because that trade came out of nowhere that even got me here. I happened to just be moving into a new house on the lake in Charlotte. Then I get this call. I'm going down my driveway. I'm like, okay, the Panthers are calling me. Like, they must want to see me. They was like, nah, we trading you. Then the owners get on the phone crying. They was like, yeah, we trading you. We had to do it because they wanted Bryce. So I was like, all right, basically like F y'all, but all right. And then Pose called me like 2 minutes later and was like, ready to be a Bear? I'm like, okay. I ain't had no choice. Like my agent was like, do you want to deny the trade? I was like, nah, just go over there. And it worked out.
It did.
Yeah, that's a different experience, man. Like I haven't
Totally.
like I've never gotten traded, so I don't necessarily know how that feels, but obviously I have friends that have gotten traded, and just like, just the unknown is enough for you to be like, wait a minute, what's going down? Especially, you're with a team that drafted you, right? And
Right. They had just paid me, like literally just paid me like a couple months before. I was like, y'all can't be trading me. Like in my head, like after it all got said and done, I'm like, they really just traded me. But I was thinking like they traded Christian before, like a couple months before to San Fran. I'm like, shoot, if he get traded, anybody can get traded.
facts.
But not knowing it's gonna be me next, I was like, all right, it was
So
me.
wait,
Then they got rid
you
of Burns.
you
It was
walk in the
crazy.
house. Is your wife in the
Mhm.
house when you come back up the driveway?
No, no. Nobody was home. I want to say they was out either getting their hair done or eating. So I'm just moving stuff back and forth by myself at the time. And then I'm like, all right. I'm like, hey, babe, we getting traded. She like, you lying? I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, we getting traded. And then she just like, they sped home.
That's
Crazy.
crazy. That's
How about how
crazy.
Marcedes found out he was leaving Jacksonville? Do you know that story?
Yeah, it came up on ESPN. We had this talk, right? Yeah, it
Yep.
came up on ESPN on the ticker, and he ain't even know.
Didn't even know, man. And like the wild part about that, like obviously you finding out you were getting traded after they paid you, at least there's some type of security still there,
Yeah,
right? Man, to be in Jacksonville for 12 years, always held them in high regard, never got in any trouble, always performed, did my thing to the best of my ability with what I was given.
right.
Um, a leader in the community, just all that stuff. Like I felt like I at least deserved a conversation, right? Just like, even if you can't get a hold of me, just wait until I answer the phone so we can have a conversation, and then at
Facts.
least fly me out. And if you're gonna get rid of me, let me know when I'm sitting in front of you, like man to man, right?
Yeah, and then send me back on a PJ.
Right. I'm just like, bro, they didn't even give me an option to like take less, And in that year, I was only going to be making 3.25 anyway, so it wasn't like
Right.
I was expensive. And for what you're getting, that's a bargain. You know what I mean? Like it was a no brainer. And yeah, it's just different. If I had just got paid in Carolina and I was like, okay, we're going to trade you. You're going to go to the Bears. All right, at least I got my bread. I get over here to the
Right.
Bears. I do my thing like you did last year, and then you see what happens after that. Like
Yeah.
obviously, you know how I feel about you, bro. Definitely not just a really good football player, but a person. I think that you're somebody that I can count on every single day. You're always the same person, very mellow. We kind of have like the same demeanor as far as our approach to the game, how we go to practice, we handle our business.
Yep.
We get on the field, we handle our business, and it's very even kill. There's no up and down roller coaster, and I think that's what makes me kind of gravitate towards you. And it's a few players that are that way. Devontae, A-Rod, like you have like a special thread about you that I feel like we connect on. And it was kind of like a no-brainer when I talked to Cap about having you on the show, because it just makes sense. And just know that I'm in your corner, bro, and I'm proud of you, man.
Man, appreciate it. Much love, man. That means a lot coming from you. I mean, I was terrified when you came in the locker. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't know how to act. None. I was like, man, fuck, I'm gonna just be myself. Then it ended up working out. We started having conversations. I was like, man, this dude got a lot of wisdom. He cool. He act just like me. Like I was like, yo, this could be really like my blood brother. But
No
you know
doubt.
that the shit. All much love.
19 years. Can you believe that, DJ?
Yeah, 19. Ooh. I don't know about 19. I'm at year 7. I'm like, yo, I don't know, but I see his routine, so it's like I understand how we got there.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because the first time I really had an in-depth conversation with Marcedes, he said, "Look, I have my massage here, and I do this, and I'm locked in on that. Like I have a routine, and that's why I'm still going." What is your routine?
Dude, I'm in the building I'm probably the first in the building every day. I mean, DeAndre been beating me. I probably get to the building around 6:15, 6:30, do sauna steam room sessions, hot, cold tub. Then I watch some film in our room or any room that's open, the one that's closest, because I'd be tired in the morning. So I'm still watching something. Then I go to treatment, and then after that, it's just all ball. And then once I'm done for the day, I'm really like done with football for the day. Like I get to go home, be dad, be husband, just relax.
Marcedes?
Yeah, I mean, I've witnessed it. You know, we always find ourselves in a sauna at the same time, pretty much all the time. You know, and I think that's where we originally like really started connecting and having those conversations. I always say too, like as people, it's always good to go through some type of suffering, right? And being in a sauna for 45 minutes to an hour, that's suffering. Sitting in a cold tub and you're doing rounds of 8 to 10 minutes in the cold tub, that's suffering. Like your body needs that. My body craves it now because I've been doing it for so long. And if I have, any nicks or something happens on the field where I tweak an ankle or whatever, my body automatically goes into recovery mode because it's used to it, right?
Hmm.
And so things that may keep other players out won't keep me out because my body is so used to taking care of itself because of the routine that I'm on. And obviously, when I'm in there and I see like younger guys getting in there and being serious about their routine, it shows me that they're professional and are willing to do anything to stay on the field. And you know, that's something that DJ's been doing since I met him, and it just makes sense.
DJ, in terms of, you mentioned DeAndre Swift, and he has struggled here early, but I watched him in Philly last year, and that guy was really good at
Hmm.
Georgia, really good with the Lions. So, what are fans going to see, in your opinion and Marcedes' opinion, of what are we going to see from DeAndre Swift?
I mean, he can be a downhill runner and make somebody miss in the box. Like he could catch out the backfield, do all the choice routes, make people look silly. So once he get going, and the line gets going, like even the receivers, like I said, I missed something that he could have sprung. Once we all just get on the same page, keeping Big Dog in there on run plays, him and Kari, that'd be go time for the run game.
Yeah, no, I agree. And just to kind of piggyback on what you said, Swift is I'm a fan. And as you know, Cap, it's all about rhythm. No matter
Yep.
what position that you play, it's all about rhythm.
Yep.
And we're trying to find that rhythm and trying to find what works in game like situations. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying before about just all of us being on the same page and meshing and going in the same direction. Like he's one of those backs that can be super dynamic. And like DJ said, he can run in between the tackles. He can run obviously outside zone. You can put him at receiver. You can put him in a slot. Like he's one of those guys that's super dynamic. And I'm waiting for that game, hopefully this weekend, where just you get to see who he is in totality, because he works his butt off, and I'm looking forward to his success going forward. I mean, he's one of those guys that regardless of what's going on around him, he's going to be him and keep rolling. And so it's just a matter of time.
DJ, in terms of signing a deal like you did, like you're set. It's ball now. But everyone, like Ryan Poles said to me, like, yeah, he got his money, but that dude is a professional. Like, he wants to win. The money is with the money. You're going to get paid if you're good anyway. So how do you channel, like, man, it's all ball when it's the season? Yes, your dad. Yes, your husband. But man, it seems like it is all ball for you guys.
It is all ball. Like this is what we make our livelihoods off of. If we don't go out there and perform, they're going to just get somebody else that's cheaper and to replace us. Like if we don't go out there and perform to our best ability, like day in and day out, practice the game. I mean, that's how I look at it. Like I don't want somebody like younger than me. Like I'm young, but I don't want somebody younger than me to just come in and be like, yeah, I'm that dude. And I'm like looking like, no, you ain't, because I still got gas in the tank. Like I'm young. Like I got drafted at 20. Like year 7, that seemed a lot.
Same.
But
Same.
like it don't feel like it's a lot to me because I'm just having fun out there every day. Yeah, I'd be mad because we don't be winning, like the offense not clicking right now, but I understand that it's a process. But it's that competitiveness in me that it's like, bro, we gotta win and win now. We gotta find a way to win, score, do something, fight, knock somebody out, like something. Like I be wanting that energy from the whole offense. And when you don't get it, it's just like frustrating because then you just singled out like, oh, look at his body language. But really it's like, bro, I'm tired of losing. Like I haven't been to the playoffs yet in my career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, except Marcedes and I were talking about this at dinner. Like you were mad about a particular play, and all of a sudden, social media and the cameras, and it takes on a life of its own.
Bro.
Like, oh man, did you see him
Always.
yelling at Tyson Bagent? He's mad about Caitlin. Like, it's got to drive you guys nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta make that money some type of way, right? And so you give them a rope, they're gonna be a cowboy. You know what I mean? Like that's
I like
just
that line.
that's just what it is. And like DJ was saying, it's all about the competitive nature, man, and being a fierce competitor. And the cool part about it is, regardless of what the media tried to make it out to be, our teammates know what it is, and we didn't take it no other way other than we want to win, and DJ wants to win, and that's what it's all about. Like we're not here to chill out. You know what I mean? I got this year, and I want to play one more year, and I want to win in both of those years. Like I don't have no time to just be sitting around and chilling. Oh, we got a young quarterback and this, that, and that. No, let's not make no excuses, right? Like we got dudes on the team right now to be able to go out there and win some games and get to the playoffs. We have to have total buy-in, accountability, and get the shit done. That's just what it comes down to. There's no real, it's just black and white. There's no I don't know, man. A steak and potatoes, no French pastry. You ever heard that? Like, yo, let's go, bro.
DJ?
Our quarterback, like even though he's young, he got like a mature like football mindset. Like he wants to win now. Like he wants to be great now. And I mean, it's a process for him because he got to learn all the new defenses in the league. Everybody now is just spread out. So, but he wants to win. He got that dog in him that he wants to go out there, make the throw, and be his best.
Okay, so Jaden Daniels goes number 2 last night, Monday night, because we're taping this on Tuesday. He has a great game. Washington wins. And then you go to the idiots. I say Twitter's where idiots go to play. Oh, my God, that guy's the best young quarterback in the sport. So would you two guys, both offensive players, all the people that are going to watch this, tell them your guys' opinion on Caleb Williams?
Well, first, I'll say this, like in response to that. I mean, he went number 2. He is a really good player. Nobody's saying that he's not. Like, he's a really good player.
Right.
and a lot of it is like being prisoners of the moments. And I'm like, even in my prime, I'm not going to be everybody's favorite tight end, right? It's based on what you like and your opinion, and everybody has them. So you can think what you want to think, right? But as it pertains to Caleb, we have the guy. You get what I'm saying? And like, if he wasn't the guy, he wouldn't have went first. There are a lot of factors that go into playing ball and getting guys ready to play a football game. Everybody has to be on the same page, right? And so when you're looking to critique and do all of that, just understand that, and don't have these a vantage point from just because your opinion is a certain way and your job is to go and pick at people. Let's be realistic about what we're talking about here. And we have a guy in Caleb that I believe is going to be one of the best to ever do it. He wants to be great. His practice habits, everything. Like, so I'm not really worried about that. There's a lot of factors that go into winning a football game. And as much as it is on Caleb, it's on DJ, it's on Big Dog, and everybody else that's around him to do our job better so that he's comfortable and able to do his thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I say I agree with that because, like, if one of us is not on the same page for Caleb, then Caleb gonna get the burnt end of the stick. He got to take the bad criticism because we didn't do something right. But he might have played a perfect game, but we might have dropped a pass like that hit us right in the hands. Like, and then they gonna get on him. Oh, his passing rate wasn't all this. Oh, he didn't do such and such. And then we just sitting back like, dang, he gotta take that. But then that's why I like try to speak up when I can, because it's not all on him. Like, at the end of the day, it's not all gonna be on Jaden Daniels if they win or lose. Like, I think a bunch of players made plays last night, even though he was running around making people look silly last night. That was pretty impressive. But it was still other key players making plays out there.
No question. So if I told you you're going on your perfect vacation, where are you going? You going skiing? You going to a beach? You going somewhere? Where are you going?
I'm going to Bora Bora.
Have you been already?
No. That flight is what's stopping me, but I'm going to go before it's all said and done.
Yeah, my wife, who's right downstairs, wants to go where you're in the
I want to be in a little hut.
You want to be in the hut so you can just swim up. That's cool.
That would be. How about you, big dog?
I'm a tropical guy. We've had conversations about this. As long as there's some sun, some water, a nice little Cadillac margarita, I'm good to go, man. I'm good anywhere, man.
Yeah, just chill.
No doubt.
First thing you turn on when you walk in the hotel room, you're playing at Indy, you get in the hotel room. What's the first channel you turn on your TV?
The first channel? I'm going to Netflix. I'm actually on season 3 Peaky Blinders.
I hear
I had started.
show.
I had rewatched 1 and 2 because I had just fell off from watching it, and now I'm on 3. So whenever I get a chance, I'm on Netflix watching that.
Good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, everyone's telling me I would like it because I like that type of stuff, but I haven't seen it. Big Dog, what would you turn on?
Okay, so we get to the hotel. It's a Saturday, unless UFC is on a break. UFC is getting turned on ASAP. Like, that's just what I watch. I watch my UFC, and then obviously, like, I'll have my college football probably on my iPad or something like that. But yeah, and then after that, I'll probably watch one of my shows or something on Netflix or Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a movie you could watch if you're walking by the TV, kids are asleep, and you're like, oh, I've seen that movie 100 times, and I'm going to watch it again?
Yeah, The Equalizer.
All 3 of them are great.
Thing.
Yeah, I can watch those back to back, and I've seen them all probably like 25 times.
Okay, which is the best of the
John
3?
Wicks. Ooh.
John Wicks are good too. Which is the best Equalizer? I like 2 the best.
Equalizer 2 was fire.
But he gets that guy on the train going to Turkey. Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah. One of my boys was actually in Equalizer 2. His name is Jay Haran. He used to fight in the UFC. He's the one where he picked him up in the Uber
Oh, and he kills him?
Yeah, and he's spinning around like this.
Yo, the
Yeah,
greatest.
so
He said, "You don't go to the airport much, huh? Because I've been
yes,
driving the opposite direction for the
yes,
last 5 minutes." Yeah.
yeah. So the guy in the back is a really good friend of mine. His name is Jay Haran.
Yeah, that movie was
Yeah, no,
outstanding.
that's a dope movie.
What did you say, DJ? The John Wick movies?
Yeah, but if anything, I would say the first Equalizer though. Like, what's wrong? The original is probably the best one
I
because he
mean, you
got to
can't really
save
go
all them
wrong.
people, right? Like he's saving his home, and I want to say that's two, right? Yeah, he's saving his home in two.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and 2 is the one where there's the storm and he's gotta go out on
Yeah,
the on, Long Island, I think. Yeah, it
yeah,
was
and
outstanding.
had them meet him at the house, and he just
start going crazy.
started going crazy on them.
He did. Yeah,
American Gangster too. I gotta sit
Fire,
there and watch that.
another good movie. My wife
fire.
is not a gangster movie fan, so I love Goodfellas, Casino. I
Yeah,
became friends with the guy. Did you guys see Casino?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lefty Rosenthal,
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy. He became a
Okay.
friend of mine. He's gone now. He died, but he's from Chicago. He became a friend of mine. I wrote the dude an email. He didn't respond. I wrote him again. I go, come on, man. I'm a big fan. I'm not somebody you wouldn't enjoy being around. He wrote me back, said, hey, if you come to Florida, let's hang out. So I flew down there and hung out with him. He was he started the first sports book ever in Las Vegas. He
Wow,
was amazing. That was a
that's crazy.
super cool. Super cool. If you could
Wow.
have dinner, DJ, with anybody in the world, still alive, obviously, anybody, I could set it up. You're going to have a great meal and you can talk about anything you want. Who are you going to dinner with?
Oh, uh, that's tough. I would say Jay-Z. I don't know why, but that was on like I was listening to his music earlier, him or Michael Jackson. I just like listening to both of them.
Michael
How about you,
Jackson would
big
be
dog?
crazy. I probably have to say, I mean, obviously there's a few, but if I had to choose on the spot, I'd probably have to say Jamie Foxx or Will Smith.
That would be
No, that
sick.
would be some funny
Yeah,
conversations.
just because too, like I feel like those two, like I feel like the type of person I am, I feel like we connect
Mhm.
on just like life in general, just
Mhm.
conversations about life, and then like the witty part, right? The comical part, the like I feel like we share a common thread there, so it'd be a good conversation. Yeah, those two are two of the goats in my opinion.
Yeah, mine would be Barkley. I hung out with him at a Blackhawks game, and my wife loves Charles Barkley. And so every 2 minutes, we're with him for probably half an hour. People are tugging on his arm. Charles, will you sign my shirt? Charles, will you take a picture? Charles, remember meeting my grandfather 30 years ago? And he was nice to everybody. And my wife said, how do you do this? How can you not ever get frustrated? And he said, I
Yeah,
had a famous athlete come up to me and say, Charles, they bother me in the valet line. They bother me when I'm eating dinner. He said, I can't get him to stop. He goes, I can get him to stop. He's like, you don't know the secret? No, what's the secret? Give back all the fucking money, give back all the cars, give back everything. Go get a normal job, or otherwise shut your mouth and be a good guy because you're making more money than people could ever dream about.
thanks.
I loved it. I'm like,
No
it's my
doubt.
guy. Love Barkley.
Yeah,
Love him.
nah, Barkley is a character, man. I like Barkley.
Well, DJ, we appreciate you taking time for Big Dog. He loves doing this. I love doing it with him. And you are really, really well loved in Chicago. I hope you know that.
Man, I definitely feel it. I feel the love. Much love is given back. I love it here.
And people like the passion, so don't ever change.
I don't even know how to be myself.
Yeah,
Just be
nah,
you.
DJ's a dude. He's a dude, man, and I feel like whoever comes in contact with DJ is gonna feel the same way. So appreciate you being on the show, bro. I'll see you in the
Man,
morning, man.
appreciate it. See you in the
All right.
morning.
We'll see you. Thanks a lot. There he is, DJ Moore. Big Dog. That dude's cool.
Yeah, he's special. He's a friend of ours, I would say, you
Yeah.
know. And like I said, in this day and age in general, I just feel like it's always good, like when you find good people to hold on to those people, right? Because it's just a weird world out there,
Hmm.
And when you find good people, hold them close. And he's one of those guys. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to share the field with him, the locker room with him, and kind of trade ideas and philosophies on ball. And uh, yeah, he'll be a brother of mine when it's all said and done.
God bless. Hey, man, a lot of fun doing the show. We'll have another one next week. Best of luck against the Rams.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Let's get to 2-2. Let's go 1-0 this week, and we'll keep in touch. I'll let you know how it's going out there on the field.
And we decided that if you false start this week, you pay for the next dinner.
I got you, man. It's crazy because like it's so much that goes into that as well. Like,
Right.
if the rhythm of the cadence, if it's a little longer than it was in practice, like in my mind, I'm the furthest outside and I'm ready to get off on the ball. And
Right.
so like at times Caleb will hold the cadence,
Uh-huh.
but I'm ready to go. And I'm not necessarily looking at Caleb. I'm looking at the defense, seeing the structure of the defense, and then my clock is like, okay, I got to get off on a snap because I need every little bit I can get. And it's got me now 2 weeks in a row. That ain't happening this weekend.
All right. Otherwise, you're buying dinner.
Easy.
Yeah,
All right. Hey, man, have a great week. We appreciate you.
yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.
All right. That's the Big Dog Show, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers and Ankin Law. 312-6 million. For Marcedes, for DJ Moore, I'm Cap. See ya.
I swear I shoot like Berettas. Yeah, yeah. They getting nervous, I seen it. What I